Hello, sports fans and football fans and USFL football fans. It's me, Sportsman Z, and I'm back with another week in the books for the USFL. Week 8 has now been played, and as you will recall, going into last week, I was 14-14, but this past weekend, I was 3-1. 3-1. Got 3 games right, only missed one. And that puts me on the year at 17-15 overall. And so I am here to give you my picks for week 9, which is coming up this coming weekend. And but first, we're going to look at some of the highlights, because I know you guys love the highlights. And then we will take a quick look at the standings as they are right now. And then we'll get into my picks for week 9. So let's take a look at the standings as they are right now. In the north of the USFL, you can see that the Generals are walking away with the North with a record of 7-1. They are followed by the Stars, who are 5-3. And then, of course, much like last week, picking up the rear, you have the Michigan Panthers and the Pittsburgh Maulers, both sporting an undesirable 1-7 record. And then if we move on to the south, and let me see if I can move these a little bit. There we go. Moving on to the south, we have the Stallions at 8-0. Still undefeated by the slimmest of margins. They got by this past week and won. And they beat the Breakers by a point, and the Breakers are now in second place in the South with a 5-3 record. And then the Bandits, who beat the Gamblers this past weekend, are 4-4. They still have a possibility of being one of the playoff teams in the South. But one team that does not have that possibility is the Houston Gamblers, who are picking up the rear at 1-7, the same record as the Michigan Panthers and the Pittsburgh Maulers in the North Division. And so that's where we stand with the standings through 8 weeks of play in the USFL. So now is the time that you've all been waiting for. It's my picks. My picks for 9th week of the USFL. So we come to the pick portion of the video. And the picks for the 9th and second to last week of the USFL season. And this week it's going to be a little easier than it's been in the past. This is a pretty good slate of games that I think should go well for me. This weekend it will be 2 games on Saturday, June 11th, and then 2 games on Sunday, June the 12th. The first of the 2 games on the 11th will be the Generals and the Panthers. And who do you think I'm going to pick in this one? Right. I'm going to take the Generals, and let's get them up into the screen there. And the Panthers out. No way the Panthers are beating the Generals this weekend. The second of the 2 games will be the Gamblers against the undefeated Stallions. And who am I going to pick in that one? Yes, again, I'm going to go with the look at that beautiful Stallions helmet, at least the way it used to look. And the Gamblers? No. So, as you can see, what I was talking about, these are going to be easy picks this week. Or maybe I didn't mention that, but they will be. It looks like this is going to be an easy week for me. I may actually go undefeated this week. So now that brings us to the Sunday games. And by the way, the first game on Saturday, the Generals game, is at 1 p.m. and the second game will be at 6 p.m. On the 12th, you have the first game, which will be at 4 p.m., is Tampa Bay Bandits against the Breakers. And who am I going to take in this one? Yeah, you got it. I am going with the Breakers in this one. Now, I'm not going to throw the Tampa Bay helmet because Tampa Bay is fairly decent, but they aren't Breakers decent. So, but if they beat the Breakers, they do have a chance at sneaking into that, or wait a minute, is that them that's going to do that? That could do that? Yes, it is them that could do that. If they can beat the Breakers, they have a chance to try to sneak up in there into the playoff picture instead of the Breakers. But it's going to be key to beat them if they expect to do that. And now finally you have the 7 p.m. game on Sunday the 12th, and that is going to be Philadelphia and the Pittsburgh Maulers. And of course, we are going with the Philadelphia Stars. They're going to be Stars on Sunday, and yeah, get that helmet out of here. So, what do you guys think of my picks? Do you like them? Do you think I'm right on with that? Maybe way off base. Hopefully you don't think I'm way off base or you haven't been watching the USFL. But anyway, that is going to be it for me. Sportsman Z, Bob Zolke, signing off.